Here at Scott Legal, we know the ins and outs of immigration. We are here to help you navigate the oftentimes complex road in achieving your immigration goals. We have new immigration videos every week. If you are new to the channel, please hit the subscribe button and bell. You can also sign up for one of our webinars, or get a free immigration guide, by clicking the link below.
My child's E-status is expiring. What are his visa options?
Let's take a look. If you are in the US on an E1 or E2 visa, your spouse and unmarried children under the age of 21 can also come with you, and stay here in E1 or E2 status. Your child can only stay in the US until the age of 21, or until he or she marries. But no longer than he or she turns 21.
Let's take a look at some things to consider. 1. Sometimes CBP may issue your child an I-94 that expires after his or her 21st birthday.
Generally, your I-94 governs your stay in the US, meaning that you can stay in the US until your I-94 expires. However, sometimes CBP automatically issues the I-94 form for your child that lasts 2 years, even if the expiration is after your child's 21st birthday. This is not correct. It is a mistake, and your child cannot stay in the US after they turn 21.
Let's look at an example. Your son is turning 21 on October 1, 2022. On March 1, 2022, he entered the U.S. as E2 child, and was granted status until February 28, 2024. Can he stay in the U.S. until February 28, 2024, or must he leave before October 1, 2022?
The answer is that your child only qualifies for E1 status until they turn 21. In our example, that would be until October 1, 2022. CBP issued the I-94 incorrectly, and if your son stays past October 1, 2022, he will be overstaying, violating his status, and could potentially be subject to a 3 or 10-year bar of coming to the U.S. Due to these severe consequences your child could face if they overstay past their 21st birthday, it's extremely important to keep in mind that your child needs to leave the U.S. or change status before turning 21.
2. What are your child's visa options after they turn 21?
Let's take a look at some options. We'll start off with the F1 student visa. This is a very common visa for children who were originally in the US on an E2. An F1 student visa allows your child to study in the US, at a university or college. A great advantage of this visa is that after your child finishes school, they can apply for an OPT, and that would allow them to work in the US for 1 year after finishing school. Additionally, after finishing studies, many students find an employer that will sponsor them for an H1B visa. Next is the TN visa. The TN visa is only available for Canadian and Mexican nationals. For most TN categories, you do have to have a degree, so this would usually only be an option after your child finishes school in the US, or someplace else. Another option is the H1B visa. The H1B is a visa allows U.S. employers to temporarily employ foreign workers, in specialty occupations. For an H1B, you must have at least a bachelor's degree, so again this would only be an option after your child finishes school. An E2 investor visa is also an option. We often get asked whether a client's child can start their own E2 business, and whether there is any minimum age requirement for an E2 visa. The answer is that there is no minimum age for an E2 visa, and anyone can apply for an E2 visa. It is good if the visa applicant has at least some experience, either managing a company, or experience in the E2 business industry. But it's not required. The consular officer may question whether the applicant would be able to manage and run the E2 company, and therefore good preparation for an E2 visa interview will be extremely important for a young applicant. Another option is the E2 employee visa. There are 2 types of E2 employee visas. First, the managerial or executive employee, and second, the specialized skills employee. For either of them, it would be very hard for your child to qualify if they are very young, and have no education and experience. If your child has relevant education and experience, they could apply for an E2 employee visa. Next, there's the E3 visa. The E3 visa would only be an option for Australian nationals. Additionally, your child would need to have at least a bachelor's degree, and the job in the US would need to be in the same field as the education. The last option that we'll look at is the E1 visa. The E1 visa would be an option if your child wants to start their own business, and there would be international trade between the US and their home country. The business would have to either be selling products or services, and at least 50% of the international trade would need to be between the US and your child's home country. These are some options your child would have once they turn 21. We recommend discussing your particular case with an experienced immigration attorney. To learn more, take a look at our resources in the description box below. You can also sign up for a free visa guide, any of our upcoming webinars, and Facebook groups. You can also schedule a consultation for a date and time that is best for you. We are here to help. You can contact us by calling 212-223-2964 or by sending us an email. We look forward to hearing from you.